What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to go over how to draw tattoos for beginners. If you are first starting out, the best things and the best steps that you could take in order to become a great tattoo artist. If you're new to this channel, I'm Brandon from Tattooing 101, and make sure you like and subscribe down below so you can keep up to date on all the new content that we make each week. Let's get into it. So when you first start drawing for tattooing, you want to learn how to draw with flow and learn how to incorporate different styles. The best thing you could possibly do is focus on traditional style tattoos. What that's going to do is help you be able to draw tattoo designs without having to worry about flow when you first get started, because it can be really overwhelming if you try to learn everything at once. But just getting used to drawing as a starting point and then incorporating flow will help you out a ton, be able to grow and get better a lot faster than trying to learn everything at once. So in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. You're going to need 3 pieces of paper or 3 different layers to this design. I've already drawn this design. I'm going to go through and show you exactly how to draw it and how I draw it. So your first layer, you're going to start out with a sketcher, or obviously a red pencil if you're working with pencil and paper, and we're going to draw our shapes. So start out with a big oval, just following this right here. Then we'll do an oval right here, showing the wrap around the heart, and then our little shapes where everything else is going to go. Just mapping everything out so we know exactly where everything goes and we won't be lost when we go on to the different ones. So from here now we could move in, since we started really light with that first one, kind of map out some areas so we know exactly where everything's going to go for our next layer. When you first start out, you want to pull up designs that are already done so you can get used to drawing them, and then you could start incorporating your own thing with those designs, and then from there you'll be able to draw on your own. But there are steps in order to kind of learn this style and how to draw for tattooing. If you're just first starting out and wanting to have some references that you could actually use without other artists saying that you copied their designs, I definitely recommend checking out our Tattooing 101 sketchbook. Inside it has designs drawn by me and Nathan, so you could do really whatever you want with those designs. That's why we created it. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link down below for you to be able to go to that. So going through here, we're just building up all of our shapes where everything needs to go. As you could clearly see, we're not being super perfect with this because we're not completely done with the design yet. You know, we can move things around, erase things at this layer, and it really doesn't matter too much. On the next layers, we want to try to be as perfect as possible, but with this layer we can be, you know, kind of experimental, and it really doesn't matter too much. As you can see, I messed up this line, so I'm just going back and fixing that. Okay, and now we pretty much have everything mapped out. Now we could go back in, lighten the opacity, and go back in with our blue. This one, we're just going to get everything exactly where it needs to go. It's not going to be 100% yet. That's for our last layer to go through and make our final design. But this one, we could still sketch. We're not being completely fluent with our design and just figuring out where we want everything to go. I'm going to be making a lot of videos like this to show you guys exactly how to draw, because if you guys could be able to draw perfect tattoo designs, you're going to be able to walk into any studio and be able to, you know, get that apprenticeship that you want just from like a portfolio that you created using all of these steps, because they're going to see that you've invested in your, you know, career or what you want to do, and you spent the time to learn how to draw. That's the biggest thing. A lot of artists don't want to have to kind of unteach you and teach you the correct way of tattooing. They want someone new that they could just teach their way. So being able to draw is going to definitely help you get into that tattoo studio. Okay, now that we have this all mapped out, we could go in with our final. get rid of this red layer. If you're using pencil and paper, you could go to your light box and go to your pen or your Sharpie, or if you're using digital, I just use a different brush. Now we're going to go through and finalize this design. This is the step that we're going to use for an actual stencil when you're making the actual tattoo. So we want everything to be perfect. So whenever we do the tattoo, we just have to follow the stenciling. You know exactly where everything needs to go, and you could just follow that without having to think. And it also makes it a ton easier if you have a stencil machine. You could just throw this on your stencil machine and it'll print out perfectly. You don't have to worry about hand stenciling anything. And then last but not least, we could go in and do our little detail lines. Right, like that. Get rid of that bottom layer. And that is how to learn how to draw if you are first starting. These are the steps you need to take so you can build up your drawing and be able to land that dream job. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.